Stunning view. Wow. Very old building, that's for sure. This is one of Henry Ford's buildings. This is what he manufactured here. These little tungsten tip points, I guess they were for the 1937 Ford 60. There he is, right there in the middle. Some different timeline photos of the old mill here. It's one of the nicest Greek Revival style, or one of the nicest in the country actually. Greek Revival style buildings. All original wood. It really is unbelievable. A lot of photos of the timeline. There it is there. They're apparently having this paranormal convention here on November 8th. And there's a lot of speakers. I got the flyer. I think when I go back outside, I'll pull the flyer out and show you guys, but very, very cool. There's a Detroit News, vintage gift for a village. In 1970, the Wolverine Company, who bought it after Henry Ford, sold it for $1 to the community to remain a historic building. Man, that's awesome. Beautiful woodwork. Wow. There's a Dundee, Michigan homecoming photo from 1929. There's the view out the window. Up here is the schoolhouse setup. Because you know Henry Ford has that influence in the one-room schoolhouse, like we saw in some of those videos from back in May when we were up there in Canton. Oh, look at this. Very, very cool. Old library, books here for the school. Old typewriter. It's an old drum. Some looks like old toys and dolls here. Interesting. American folk toys. Wow. There's an old organ. Pump organ. What I'll do is I'll put a bunch of information below the video. I mean, what an amazing place. It's the old mill. Oh, look at this. Wow. Beautiful to be able to preserve the items like this. Kitchen. This is a kitchen in our museum, holds many things that were used in the homes of yesterday. The old stove had a water well for keeping things warm. When a newborn baby needed to be kept warm, it was often placed in the open oven door. Wow. I was asking the woman downstairs who's running the museum today. She said, I said, hey, can I do some photos and video? And she's like, go ahead. Other lady outside, like, quote unquote, recruited me to come in. What are you doing? Oh, I'm taking photos. Oh, well, come on in. Awesome. How interesting is there to hear that? Well, that's some bass. Holy crap. I didn't do it. It shook something off the shelf over there. I don't know what. It wasn't me. Oh, look at this. This is an elevator. I actually have an elevator in here. Back to these old folk toys, and these are some old clothes, and wow. Let me grab my bag here. Let's see. So they have public ghost hunts. HauntedDundeeMill.com. And then there's a brochure of the Dundee's Old Mill Museum. So you know where I am in Thrills of the Mill. This is beautiful Greek Revival style. Harnessing water power, Ford Village Industries, because there's Henry Ford. Used this as his factory to produce those little components we saw downstairs. And the Old Mill Parafest, it's Saturday, November 8th. John Zaffis is going to be there from Haunted Collector on Sci-Fi. A lot of people from Ghost Hunters. Very interesting. $60 for all day, that does sound actually pretty intriguing. And that's actually a smaller flyer here for the Parafest. Paranormal Convention. OldMillParafest.com on that. Very, very cool. Going up to the 3rd floor. The bell here. Pull gently on the rope with a rhythm such as you would use with a child on a swing, adding a gentle pull on the rope each time it comes down. Well, I think I'll not do that right now. Old Mill Museum. Wow. Oh, here it is. Unbelievable. And there's the view. I didn't ever think I was going to actually be in here. A lot of history of Native American villages in this area. I mean, I was just wandering around the building. So downstairs is more like the village, kind of town life, schools, library, parlor, and some old folk toys of the era. And now here's some Indian displays. Beautiful building to be able to, oh man, house this stuff. Wow. Amazing displays. I think I'm going to ask her about how they decided to, how they chose to display what they are in here. Huh. Quite a mix of stuff. The wheel gives leverage for the person ringing it. Oh, that's interesting. Ah. Okay. What was this? Dress worn by Margaret Fish, 1947. I don't know who that is. Another question, I guess. It's like another organ. Amazing. Here it looks like a more kind of like a farmer's display. So actually a picture over there on the wall, Dundee Feed Company. A lot of corn scattered. I wonder if they got rats or mice in here, or they just had that for display, but you wouldn't doubt it. Three Sisters Gardens. Corn, beans, squash, and pumpkins. And there's just so much to see in here. I'm just kind of shooting what I can. Hello. Bad light. Okay. Post office. I mean, they're really preserving the era very, very well. They have so many items. Man. Enjoy looking at me, but do not touch. Okay. It's like a display case here, all kind of knickknacks, odds and ends. Probably donated over the years from people in the area. So much history here in Dundee, Monroe County, Michigan. Okay. That's obviously just a joke. Different people probably putting different elements into this place. Oh, look at all these furs. Kind of surreal, actually. All kind of stuff. So the Old Mill Museum in Dundee, what an amazing location. Never even knew. I mean, I knew it was here, but I didn't know much about it. Beautiful preservation of these items. You know, displaying the history of the area with just so many different elements. Kind of rushed through this area here. And this is the area I really like the most. You got this kind of schoolhouse. The first school in Dundee was a log cabin on Riley Street. Another early school was on Union School. At the Union School there was a fence and gate around the school to keep the pigs, cows, and other animals off the property. Huh. 1990, Dundee had 12 country schools. You know, I'm really interested in that schoolhouse over on Petersburg Road. To ask about that. Didn't get that much of a look at the parlor, but over there is your phonograph. And amazing antiques. Love that table setting. How cool is that? There's the living area. So instead of just like keeping it like it was back then, it's like they actually use the space to house a bunch of different displays at the time. Really unbelievable. What can you say about it? But just beautiful. Oh, that's interesting. Absolutely unbelievable place. I say come up here to Dundee, check out the Old Mill Museum, talk to Shirley, really nice lady. Got all these pamphlets, all this cool stuff here, which I showed you before. And yeah, check out that paranormal convention on November 8th. I mean, I was insane. I was just outside and this other lady walked out and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Filming the building." She's like, "Well, go in, it's free." And amazing. I talked to her also about that one-room schoolhouse, the wooden school over there in the corner of like on Petersburg Road that Dean and I filmed back in December. And yeah, she said they're thinking about trying to buy the place and actually make it you know, part of the museum and have it on display. Unbelievable. Really awesome. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful place, beautiful day. How much better can you get?